Hello, Kathleen. Can you hear us all right?
Hello there. Yes, how are you?
We're doing great. I'm joined up here with Russell Galante again, and Sue Tabal Yamaguchi is here as well.
Aloha.
And Kathleen Yoshinaga. And this is our Oahu crew that we brought out. Say hello, Hitomi.
Hey, awesome. What a great crew.
So would you like to take a second and explain what you guys did on your video here?
Sure. Well, my name is Sue Tabal Yamaguchi. I represent the island of Oahu, and thank you to HFNA for the opportunity to share. And so what we did is we built a chandelier, and it's for a small intimate wedding. And we also toured Mauna Kea, which is where all the lay stands are. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey guys, so we're actually touring around Chinatown, and we're going to be visiting some lay stands here. And I wanted to show you where we're at right now, which we're at Tina's Lays. Get all those pretty lays. Coffee, have the ginger. So pretty. So cool here. There's so many different lays. So let me turn the camera around. And I am actually here with Tina and William, who are the owners of this lay shop. Say, how's it?
Hi, how's it?
So we're gonna be doing some interviews and stuff. Pretty cool, huh? Alrighty, check you out later.
Hi, we're at Tina's Lay Shop, and this is the owner Tina here, Tina Chang.
Tina Wing.
Oh, yeah. But I'm so happy to be here. You know, they have an array of beautiful lays here. In fact, one of their workers back there doing tukaki, she says, is from Waianae. Yeah, and they just brought in what today?
Today, yeah.
And so they're stringing it up now, and it's a very meticulous way of stringing it. The other one is doing orchids. Yes, that
Ali style.
Ali style. Just it's very beautiful, and you're going to show us how to do some tuberose. Maybe?
Yeah, sure. Two of them will show you.
I don't know, some kind of orchid.
Why they string the tuberose. Yeah, tuberose was really shortest lately, so luckily we got one box tuberose today.
Oh, is it
All the lay needles.
I think because of the pollen.
string?
So they're stringing it from the bottom all the way up. They're kind of filling the needle all the way through the flower. They're just taking out the chunk petals off of the tuberose.
So each different lay style with different style. Yes, I call it third. So it's 1/3 with double top.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful just showing us all what you have. Oh, we appreciate it so much. So Tina and William.
Yeah.
Can you wait for the camera?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by.
Bye.
Aloha. Bye. Thank you.
All right, we're crossing the street. Oh, we're going to MP Lays. They're on the corner of Mauna Kea and Kauai. They have all kinds of tropical flowers. Look at all these beautiful ginger. So I'm with Mimi from Mimi Place. Say hi. Say hi. What's up? Do a goofy pose. Ana, look at the ginger with the orchids and the lima and the ginger.
Hey, hi, welcome. We're here at MP Lay Shop on 1145 Mauna Kea, and I'd like to introduce you to Sam here, and along with Mimi, and he's going to show us all what he has. He has lots of tropicals out there. And Sam, what do you specialize in? Cut flowers? You know,
We more
always-
specialty in tropical.
in tropicals?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cut flower, tropical.
Because
Yeah.
I noticed the front of the store was just full of tropicals
Yeah, full of
throughout the
tropical,
week, and it's
yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
You have a nice array. You can see it as you're just coming down
That's
Mauna
right.
Kea
Yeah,
Street.
we very popular because a lot of people
Uh-huh.
know us here, so they always come down
And-
tropical for the
For,
for
Wow.
anything for like wedding, you know,
Uh-huh.
and some they use for most of they using is for the grave,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of them they use for wedding.
No, I like that. I mean, people want to see, all
Yes,
that, and people
yes.
love to see that. When they see it, they'll buy it.
Yes,
It's
mainland,
right there.
a lot of mainland,
They
they
always-
come in their wedding for the tourists. They love tropical, so
They
they
always
just
look for something
they're
different.
looking for different from the
yeah.
mainland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They
These are
don't
things they
get
can't
to
see.
see the vibrant colors.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, of what we have here.
And I noticed Mimi is making a crown flower lay. And I know crown flowers, this is what, a single crown flower?
Single crown flower.
Okay.
Also, we have the white color also. Yeah.
White also?
Yeah, white like this one right here is white. We have white color. This one they can twist with pikaki. Very
Okay.
popular with the pikaki. And
That must be
special
real popular
crown,
for weddings too, yeah?
for wedding. Yeah.
Much more hardier than the pikaki,
Yeah, that's right.
and yet it's white.
Yeah, it's white. Yeah,
That's white.
Is that throughout the year or just
kind
sometimes of the
of
year?
throughout the year.
Throughout the year?
Yeah, the
Wow.
crown flower they kind of almost all year
All
round.
year round?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Look how pretty it
Yeah,
is.
this with the fan. Yeah.
The coloring is beautiful.
Yeah. And usually we can wrap with papalana.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bride love this. Like this.
Very gorgeous.
Yeah.
Colors.
Like that.
Is there a secret when you twist lays? Does a lay needs to be one lay need to be longer
one
than
length like this.
longer than the
Yeah,
other?
let me-
No, it's the same length. Have to
Same
be
length?
same length. Otherwise, it will be
Perfect,
short and
yeah.
long.
Oh,
They're always the same length.
always the same way. Okay.
Let me do it like this. You can twist like this.
Ah,
That's one way.
you saw that technique? Wow. So you had this, you have both colors throughout the year? I thought maybe the white, during the
White
winter
always
time.
less, but the purple they cut it all year round. Yeah, but it depends. They're gonna pick them or not because you come to winter, they're slowing down a little bit, but still have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they still have.
Okay.
But if the rain too much rain, then the flower is damaged.
How about I got you a lace? Nice to meet you.
Oh, from here.
We just
Oh,
here.
thank you so much. Mwah.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I met your shirt. That's what I saw.
I got a blue penny lay. Special. Who got laid too? He's all happy. He's smiling behind that mask.
thank again Mimi and Sam for a great tour of their place. Oh my gosh, you have so many things here, and we really appreciate and how you even did the lay here. Oh my God.
Thank
This
you.
is a work of true professionals.
Thank you.
So if you ever need tropicals or lays too, this is MP Lay Shop on Mauna Kea Street. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you for all of you for coming in. Thank you. Thank
We'll give you
you.
arm hugs.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by. Nice to meet you, Eric. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, so I just want to show you, I'm at like one of my favorite lace shops. I know it's not on the list, but this is Grace. She's making a haku, and this is the famous Lilia. She's making a double tuberose. I just wanted to stop by. See, look. See, she's famous. And then they're watching court stuff. Okay, bye guys. See you later. We just stopped filming at like a couple lay stands, but you know what? I gotta stop because I'm hungry. I'm gonna go pick up some manapua. There you go. Can you see it? They have the best dim sum ever. Here's Liana. Say hi. So she has some goodies for us, but check it out. This is where, what's her name? Lachey girl? Vanessa Lachey. That's where she gets all her manapuas, okay? Check it out. Say hi.
Hi, we're here now at Cindy's Lay Shop on Mauna Kea Street, and we're here with Karen Lee, the owner. We're so happy, and thank you so much for letting us come and see what you have and teaching us how to make a ginger lay today. We're just actually thrilled that you could let us here today.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. First of all, I just want to clarify, I'm not the owner.
Oh,
I'm the manager, I'm the custodian, I'm the bookkeeper, I'm the receptionist, I'm the crisis solver. But my mother is Cindy, and she actually started this with a lot of help and been here for 55 years, and here we are.
55 years.
Freaking thin, yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
Awesome. I mean, just to say that you're 55 years in, and I noticed all the awards you've won throughout the years. I mean, even 2020, when it was really difficult, you still came out #1 in lay shop. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
That says a lot, especially
We're
during
grateful.
the
We're grateful.
It's all due to hard work. That's what it really is.
Well, everything by hand.
By hand,
I always tell the
gloves,
customers,
right?
you can't pull this out of the drawers. There's nothing in the back closet. Everything by hand, everything fresh or like refrigerated.
Now let's see. Are we gonna see what a micro ginger lay?
Yeah,
put
so
together?
they're actually prepping the ginger right there in front of us, where they're taking off the skin and
The ginger is actually delivered to us like this. They harvest it like this and they bunch it together in group of 100.
that's 100
And
in
then
there.
she has to clean one by one to get to this place, to get to this place.
That's a lot of work
Yeah.
into one lay.
How many blooms does it take to make a lay like that?
About 100 to 120, depending on how big the bloom
see.
is, yeah, and your tension, and everybody's hands, as Sue knows, yeah. Everybody, they might see something the same, but their hands go different. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but that's what the finished product looks like.
That's a lot of work. It's so tedious, huh? Keep on going. Keep on going. Yeah, you're doing good.
You're still young, so
So everybody has their own tension, their own touch. Yeah. But you have to know that everyone on this street who makes this ginger lay, it's tedious, it's laborious, yeah, because you have to handle one flower at a time. Just like with rose, yeah, just like with lily,
Yeah.
one
Exactly.
one stem at a time.
So she layers it and then puts one flower, twists, and then brings over another flower. So she puts a flower there and brings across over the stem, and she twists. Puts a flower, bring over a stem, and twist. Look how fast she is. Incredible. Okay, so check this out. I see this guy in the back, and he is.
So remember, ginger.
He's opening a ginger
Getting
to
it ready
make
so they can be sold into like single ginger. Single ginger, old-fashioned ginger ale.
Right. How's that? And they also make double with this as well. Soak it in water.
TDS,
it's a
right. This
very
open
tedious
and
process.
Right. But it's got to be done.
Do you find that this is like one of the more popular leis?
Ginger, yeah, because it's local, right? You know, and the fragrance. People like fragrant leis.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see how much work is involved. You know?
Right.
Each individual blossom has to be opened.
A lot of love puts into leis. So when you receive one, you should appreciate them.
Thank you so much, Karen,
Thank
for
you for
letting
including
us.
us.
Thank
You
you.
have wonderful
We'll
things.
spread that word on.
Yes.
On your side of the world.
We're going to spread the word out.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Aloha.
Hey guys, so I'm actually at Florideck now. I don't know if you can tell, but it's their new location. We're coming here to get some supplies for some things that I had this extraordinary inspiration to do. So come on, let's go in and check it out. Entrance here, Florideck. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Aloha.
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
Hello. Welcome.
Welcome to our new
Thank you.
location.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
know. We just got here maybe like about a few months ago, a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a chore trying to get everything up, but we finally got everything up.
It
Did you
looks
guys
like
want
a
to take
lot
a
of
look around?
work. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, before we do that, your address again, the new address is on Halikuila, right?
Yeah, 760 Halekuila Street in
Halekuila.
Kaka'ako.
In Kaka'ako.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank
Nice.
you.
I love what you did to this place.
Thank you. It took a lot of work. It's a smaller footprint, but we've tried to stick everything that we could in here. So right now you can see they're working on a lot of the Christmas stuff, which is coming up. That's going to be a big season for us.
Right.
And then we also still have our wedding items here and then some packaging as well. So Seiji Obata opened Florideck in 1966. It was mainly to be a supplier to the floral industry here. And then since then, along with the floral products, we've added craft supplies, wedding supplies, and packaging supplies as well. And some school supplies, as you can see behind you.
Yeah, I noticed. A lot
Yeah.
of variety more.
And then, we're an exclusive distributor for Smithers Oasis, and this is their new fiber floral product.
Oh,
So this is made out of volcanic basalt rock, and you can reuse this after to plant seeds and even cuttings and stuff in it. So this is something you may want to look into also.
Yeah.
I feel this.
Isn't it
It
cool?
feels like almost like moss.
This is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think I want to use some of this in my design.
Sure thing.
So, can I get a
think-
few of these?
Yeah.
This would be perfect.
Yeah, don't you
I-
think?
I
I
love-
mean,
Like the feel of it.
yeah. You know, and I also like the color of
Yeah.
it. It's so natural
Right.
that it kind of blends in with everything that we do as far as in design.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing that you don't, you don't need to hide a lot of things. But yeah, can I get a few
Yeah,
of these?
sure.
Cool. Thank you. Hey guys, so I think I'm gonna use some vases on my designs, and let me show you what they got. So they have all kinds of different vases here. And I'm trying to decide what I want to use. There's tons of stuff here. This is pretty cool. What do you think? Something simple. I think this is it. What do you think? think I'm happy. I don't know why. I'm having such a hard time grabbing these boxes. I think because I'm short. Short problems. Okay, I got it. Whew.
Well, thanks for coming.
Oh no,
Hope you guys enjoyed the store, the new store. Please come again.
Yes.
You will.
It's actually nice. You're closer to me too.
Yeah, I know. We get that a lot. we get that a lot. Yeah.
No, you're right there in the center of Kaka'aku.
Hmm.
Yep. Real close.
Right.
Yeah. So this is Halekuila.
Halekuila Street. Yeah. 760 Halekuila Street.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
We'll be back.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you guys. Hello.
Floor Deck even has zip ties. And I need the vases, so let's go and collect our stuff. Holy moly! Okay. I think I got my stuff here. Okay. How's that? Okay, I think I'm ready for tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you guys. Hey guys. Okay, so to get ready, we are actually packing the car. And I have designed something, and I've already started packing, but I have the rest of the stuff that I need to pack. So check these out. I have my supplies right down here. I have my flowers, which are all here. And then I have in my car, we're packing everything that we need and bringing a little extra just in case. So that way, just in case something happens, you'll have it. This is what my car looks like. We have some vases that we picked up at Floor Deck. We have the grapevines. We have our fiber floral from Oasis. Thank you. We have our ladder. Always good to have a ladder. And some other things in here. Vases, candles. Don't never forget any lighters if you have candles. But yeah. So we'll be loading up the car. Okay, so it's the day. I am packed in the car. I got all my stuff, and I have more stuff coming. And so we're gonna take a journey and see what we create today. I've arrived to the property, and I am going to buzz in, and then I will show you what the property is like. Welcome to the Kalai Aloha Estate. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so I'm here at the estate, and this is what I'll be working on. Okay, guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm kind of surveying the area that I want to have what I'm going to create. So let me show you. So I want to be able to create something on this tree, and I'm trying to find a point where I'd like the whole setting to be for our event. I think right here would be good. What do you think? Right? But what I usually do is I try to make sure that whatever I have planned, that my foundation is strong enough. And as you can tell, it's a little windy here today, so we're gonna kind of improvise today and figure out what our mechanics are gonna be today, how we're gonna build it, what we're gonna do, the process. Once my team gets here, we'll figure all of that out. Alrighty. Okay, so after much thought, we are actually going to change the location of what we're going to be doing. So we're going to assess the area and figure out where we're going to do our shoot and our little event. Part of the setup I have here, I am actually had rented some things from our friends here, Aloha Artisans. Jeff, So this is Jeff.
How are
He
you?
is from Aloha Artisans.
This is a cool camera.
And so, you know, I know, right? So him and his staff is actually moving all of the things. So things are getting going here. We are gonna start. And then I'll talk about the vision that I have. So usually when we go on events and stuff, sometimes plans change. And so we have the Aloha Artisans team. They had brought over the things that I had asked them. And this is where we are going to be shooting. Different location, same idea. But because the scenery is so much prettier here, this is our goal. This is our view. So hopefully you will like it once it's done. Okay, so I'm here with the beautiful Val from the Kalailoa estate, and she is the site manager here. Say hi.
Hi.
So basically when I come onto an estate, I want to make sure that whatever that I'm doing, I want to make sure that it's okay with the property. So because we changed location, I want to okay it with her to make sure that, you know, everything's structurally fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to the site that I potentially want to do this structure and see if it's okay with her. Tell me, how long have you been the events coordinator here?
Going on 5 years.
Wow. So you guys do a lot of events?
We do.
Yeah? Cool. I mean, it's such a beautiful property.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. A hidden gem.
It is a hidden gem. Seriously, a hidden gem. So let me turn this thing around and I'll explain to Val. So this is where we're thinking about doing our little project. So I just want to make sure that, is the tree structurally okay? Is it strong enough? Do you think? I mean, I know we just want to make sure because we don't want to damage anything here, right?
Thank you. We appreciate you folks always checking in with us. And for what you have planned today, this would totally work for you.
Okay, cool. So this is the site that we're going to do it here. This is the view. I got the thumbs up from Val. And did you want to say anything else about the property? That, you know, isn't she gorgeous?
Contact Sue for booking.
No. No, but you know what? I think this is going to be pretty stellar. And
We're
so
excited.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Wait.
But thank you for letting us change the location. I know that we talked about the front and we checked the structural, the support of everything there. But because we changed the location, we wanted to make sure there was enough support here. So, because we don't want to damage anything here, for real.
Thank you for checking. Always better to check.
Yes, always check with the venue you are at because you don't want to damage the estate. Okay.
Thank you.
See you later.
Hi, today we're here at Kalai Aloha and with Sue. Can you tell us what we'll be doing today?
Well, thank you. And yes, we are at the beautiful Kalai Aloha estate in Neil Valley on the island of Oahu. And so what we want to do is we are going to create a chandelier. But the chandelier I have in mind is I wanted something a little bit of rustic with a lot of like some of the dried palms and the beautiful orchids and stuff like that. So we're going to create a little, because there's a lot of weddings that are happening that are small and intimate. So we want to create something special for them. And so, yeah, we're going to create just something really simple.
This estate is just
simple.
perfect for that. It is a beautiful, beautiful backdrop. Everything of what I've seen of it already is just awesome.
I'm glad you like this property. This is really one of my favorite properties. I mean, it's so easy to work with, and yes, it's so relaxing. But we get a nice view. We have a nice breeze today. It's not as windy as it is in the front. So with the structure that we're going to build, so I'm basically going to show you how to build a chandelier and the way that I do it. But I'm going to improvise a little bit because things have changed, you know, with planning and locations and everything. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Well, I look forward to seeing the finished product.
Yeah, so let me show you what we're going to be doing. So I had some tables that we're going to be renting. This is actually all from Aloha Artisans. And so we have some napkins, we have the utensils. We're going to build something over this table. So later on when we're ready, we're going to move this table. And so we're going to have it here. And our direction that we want is going to be out here in the waters. Okay, so the flowers that we're using are, and I wanted to show how they're packed, because they're packed so well that with traveling, they don't move. They have the packing, the newspaper here, so that way it doesn't crush the tips. And all the stems of the orchids, they have I call them a bib. So it has a water source, so that way when it travels, it's still drinking water, and it keeps the flower really fresh here. The other thing that I want to show you is, it's like Christmas, opening some beautiful things here. There's another box in here as well. See how well they're packed, so that way everything is fresh when they come. How everything is so nicely packed here. There's orchid heads. Isn't that cool? So they shipped orchid heads here. So we're going to be making some leis with this, but I like the way that they pack everything because it keeps it fresh. The other thing that we're going to be using, and I'm so impressed every time when I get boxes from them, the way they're packed, is they have a sheet over so that way it keeps the moisture. That way the flower still can drink, but the way that they pack their anthuriums is individually packed. And sometimes they wrap the anthuriums here, so that way there's no damages. But when I'm just like baffled how they do this, because this is a skill. But everything is individually inserted, that way you'll have a nice perfect bloom here when you get them. But this is actually like a hydration chamber where it keeps the moisture in, so it keeps the heads of the anthuriums fresh. So this is the Kapoho Velo right here, and this is the Marion Seaford anthurium. And then we have one more anthurium that we're working with, which is, you see how it's packed? And this is the Maui Bride. And there's so many different variations of the Maui Bride, where let me just show you. I think it's the way that they're grown or when they're harvested. But this has with the green tip and without the green tip. But this is the same flower, the Maui Bride. This is one of my favorites because it has a very nice blush vein to it and has some color. The color of the anthurium is more like a creamy color. So it's not like white. So this will go very well against the white orchids. Okay, so part of the things that we do is we always plan ahead of the things that I'm gonna use. So I decided that I wanted to use chicken wire, but how I use the chicken wire and how I'm gonna use the fiber floral from Oasis is I have my stuff. We're cutting wire, the chicken wire right now. Right here, and we're gonna make little cages out of this. I like using chicken wire because it's adjustable, and we can move it any direction that we want. But what we're gonna do with this fiber floral from Oasis is we're gonna cut this in 6 parts. So, and the 6 parts are gonna look like this. We used a knife and we just cut it. And what we're going to do with this is we are going to put them in the chicken wire like this. So we secure them so that way the chicken wire doesn't come out. But we secure them in different spots. And so what we're going to use with this is we are going to attach it to our structure. So this is going to act as the water source. We wanted to use something that that will last long for the stems to go in. And we didn't want to, sometimes you can use water tubes, but we didn't want to use water tubes because we didn't want to have things falling out, because here, the wind, we just don't know. So this is what we've done with the fiber floral from Oasis. And you see when we cut it, it actually is holding very well together. They're not falling apart. This is the first time I'm using this, so I wasn't sure how this product works, but it's actually holding up very well, especially after we cut it. And after we do this, we're gonna soak it. It's like instant. It just takes like a few seconds and it's really soaked. And that's actually a plus because it saves you a lot of time. Whenever I do a tree installation, I always make sure that I have at least 2 other people with me, one to hold the ladder, and we're going to be talking about for the support in case something happens. So you should always have multiple people when you're doing tree installations for safety reasons. And what we're doing is we are attaching a chain to the base, and at the end of the chain we have a clip which will hook up to the chain so that way it supports the weight. So as you can see, it's around the branch and the clip is on one side of the chain and it's supporting there, and we'll have the chain coming down. And then from this chain, we're gonna hang our chandelier structure. So the next thing, once our chains are up, what we're gonna do is I have these chandelier structures that I actually brought from Europe. And these are pretty cool because I can control how wide, or like if I want it wider, if I want it more narrow. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use it like this, straight down. And we're gonna hook, because there's a loop here, we have a hook on the other side. So we are gonna attach the chain to this hook. And then so that way we can adjust the height of how far I want this. Because from here, we're gonna attach my base, my foundation, where there's gonna be a stick. And from there, I am going to attach all my grapevines to make my structure. So I wanna make sure that whatever I do, everything is secure. They're not gonna fall down or anything. Once we attach this, we make sure that this is secure, tight, and we'll be working from there. So we're gonna go up until a little bit higher. A little bit higher, like maybe a couple notches up. Yeah, that's good. Lower. One more. One more. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to attach a stick to our base, and this is the foundation of my chandelier. So if we can go a little bit more this way. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna center it to my chandelier pieces, and we're gonna attach it to the hooks that I have on the bottom. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I have all of these pieces that are the grapevine pieces, and they're all in small pieces. So I wanna be able to have a foundation where I can zip tie to a structure, and that way it will be safe and it doesn't fall apart. So I like the look. You can actually go up a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, you're good right there. So do a zip tie, a crisscross, so it secures good. And then if you can put the zip tie in between the chain so it doesn't fall. You did? Okay, great. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to attach the cage that has the fiber foil, and we're gonna attach it to our structure. So we're actually gonna kind of weave it in. That's why the flexibility of the chicken wire. We're gonna kind of weave it into the structure that we built where we want to put our flowers. So we're just gonna zip tie it. And we'll sort of weave it into
the structure here. And then we'll just continue along and follow the structure where we want to put our flowers. Alrighty, so I am going to be attaching the leis to the structure. There is a couple ways that you can attach the leis. We're gonna go the other way, upside down. One way is you have the string and you cut it in half and then you can tie it to the structure, but I'm gonna cheat. So I'm gonna have these picks with the wire and I'm gonna attach it to the end of the string like this. So it'll end up like this. So from here, this will be the point where I'm gonna insert it into the structure. And that's how your leis are gonna be hanging. So the other element that I wanted to add besides the leis is I have these lily buds, you know, the stargazer lilies. And so we actually wired it through, we used fishing line, or we call it here locally suji. But we pierce it through, we tie a knot, and then you have this invisible string, and I'm gonna be hanging it with the leis. So it gives it a little bit more texture instead of just having the hanging leis there. And I know you're probably wondering about the bottom part. Not to worry, because I'm actually gonna have it hang and then I'm gonna control the height later by taking off flowers and then I'm gonna tie it off. So I'm gonna make it all different heights, different layers.
Oh my God. It's
Hi.
so gorgeous.
You like it?
Oh my God, yes. I can't believe it. But you put this together so quickly. Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at it twirling in the wind.
Isn't that kind of cool?
It is more than cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just imagine myself sitting here having dinner. Oh, tell me about everything here.
Well, the main purpose was to create a romantic setting, especially in Hawaii, and the clients love the orchids and the anthuriums with the pop of color. So what we did is we utilized the wood because, you know, they love the wood textures, the palm leaves, the leis, and that is supposed to be like the main piece that hangs over a simple layout, like with a lot of candles, with accent flowers.
Oh, everything looks so romantic.
Yeah, and they also have, they also wanted to garnish a little fragrance. So these are the leis that when we went to our tour
yesterday,
at our lei tour. So I wanted to incorporate some kind of fragrance. The ginger was actually perfect. So I embellished the napkins to go around like a little lei.
That's so cool because when you sit down, you're gonna smell and get that whiff of the ginger. It's not overpowering, but just enough.
Exactly.
And yet it creates it creates an ambiance here.
Right.
And look how beautiful. It's just I can't believe that you did so fast.
Yeah.
You put this together in what, less than, I would say 5 minutes.
So we wanted to create the same type of pattern, right? We're using the grapevines up there. We're using the grapevines down here. We're using the same type of flower, the textures. So everything reads very well, very simple.
I can just imagine myself eating dinner and just keep looking
exactly,
up.
right?
You can just see everything just by looking up. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous. It is really, really
Well, I'm glad
gorgeous.
you like it.
I can't believe it. It's just how you put it all together, and the colors are perfect and you get the background and everything here. Just everything all together.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
But it was so easy, you know, with the fiber foam from Oasis.
Really?
I mean, the insertion was very easy. You know, it just kind of slid
and
right
easy
through.
to sew?
It's very easy to insert the flowers. And then we use the fiber foam also in these arrangements. So
you do.
yeah, you can't really see it, but we wanted to create the texture in there. So they're in the vases as well. But yeah.
Nice. Nice. I love it.
Good. I'm glad.
So we want to thank everyone that we got to see yesterday, from Tina's Lace Stand to MP Lace Stand and Cindy's Lace Shop, and all the wonderful places you took us to in Mauna Kea Street.
The Manapua.
The Manapua. Oh my God, just filled us up. And now this at Kalai Estate here in Nui Valley.
In Nui Valley at the Kalai Aloha Estate, and the rentals are from Aloha Artisans. And
it's a fabulous,
fabulous
just
setup.
fabulous setup. If you're gonna get married or you have an event out this way, think about Oahu. It's a fabulous place to have it.
It's a hidden gem here.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. And to thank everyone who helped us in this production in Oahu, Russell Galante, Eric who came out from Hilo, Judy Schilling, all came out from Hilo to help us with this Oahu shooting. We thank you all. We love you all.
And thanks to you, our
I
Oahu
do-
rep.
Thank you so much.
Always love working with you.
Yes. And I guess we're going to say goodbye.
Aloha. Who's that? She's like, oh, I'm giddy now. Oh my God, so she's so nervous.
All right, beautiful. We got a lot of applause here going on. Kathleen, that looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I want to mention that we did film this in July. So our city did have the mask on and in all the stores and also on the street. So we were being within our ordinances.
What'd you think, Hitomi?
Oh, you know what I love about it? I think it's so much fun to be learning and laughing and enjoying at the same time. It just makes such an indelible mark in what I learned because I remember it through all the wonderful humor from Sue. I mean, she was just fabulous, taking us through all those little details. It was fantastic. Thank you for that.
Good.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was when you brought all of the baked goods to lunch.
I had to eat.
Yeah.
We started so early in the morning. I was hungry.
Yeah.
She actually brought some cookies over from the bakery that you guys went to. And they are the most amazing cookies. I'm going to Oahu next week, and I've already got the address to take my family there.
Dude,
So,
no, you gotta go with Sue.
I'm going with Sue. I'm going to pick Sue
They're
up.
not gonna have anything for you if you don't go with the
I'll
VIP.
be standing outside with hat in hand. But one thing that has been the theme of a lot of what we've been talking about is that we are into the eco-friendly, trying to bring in all our products and make them, recyclable and upcycling and whatnot. Was that an alternative to Oasis foam that you were using?
Yeah, so that is something new that's on the market, and I believe that is, for us locally here in Hawaii, I think we're just about starting to get it. I'm not sure if the shipments really did arrive yet because we've been having a lot of shipping issues. But I was just fortunate that Smithers Oasis had sent us a box, and I really am so thankful because I got to work with it and see how it reacts. And so actually that chandelier stayed up for 3 extra days. And from what I saw in the pictures, it actually held very well. So the flowers were actually still very good on that structure. And then they finally took it off and they had to throw all the flowers away. But after 3 days, it was still good.
Was it hard to work with? Was it like Oasis?
No.
Or?
It's very similar to Oasis. It was very easy to cut. The only thing that we noticed was after we wet it, our hands got itchy. So it's sort of like a fiberglass feel. So that's why we were wearing gloves when we were putting it up on the chandelier parts. But other than that, the insertions were very easy. There was a lot of water absorbed into that, which I really liked because it took less time. Usually when you're soaking Oasis, if you don't have the what is that? The grand, gosh, I can't even remember what it is, but it soaks really quickly. But this one is literally in seconds. We just put it in the bucket of water and it was just soaked. Very easy. And it dripped a lot of water, but when we inserted all the flowers, there was not really that much water that was dripping as if you were to have Oasis up there. So, we weren't getting any rain or green water as it is when you're inserting with Oasis coming down. So it was actually very easy to work with.
Yeah. I helped cut it, and it actually cut nicely also.
Yeah,
it
it's
didn't
like
crumble
butter.
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was about as irritating as Oasis to hear and feel as you cut it, but but that might just be my personality, not going to cut through styrofoam and stuff like that.
But I mean, you don't really hear anything because it's all
Oh, I
fiber
hear
stuff.
it in my body. I hear it as it vibrates through the knife.
Okay, good to know.
That's why he is an extension agent for us as well. Do you ever use products like that, Hitomi?
Yes, I have, and I love their 2 new foundational products because I remember I showed the Terra Brick in the earlier segment, which is one of their new one as well, and they're a wonderful company because they do listen to us, we do care, and they replied back with these new products, so we're thrilled.
Exactly.
We're definitely thrilled with the new product. Yeah.
They're a very, very good company.
Yes, that's
they
great
are.
to hear because I know of all the things that we in terms of the floral industry, that's one of the most toxic. So to hear that they're coming up alternatives, that's really exciting. So that's great to hear. Kathleen, maybe you know this question. Do you know how long the leis will last that they make in the stores?
It depends what type. I would say if it's well refrigerated, most of them will last anywhere from 3 to 5 days. I think the more fragile one, though, like Pikaki, pretty much blooms out within 2 days. But the orchids would last much longer in the right conditions.
And then are you making leis for weddings as well as, I know, like we talked about a little bit yesterday, but I know out here, a lei is when you graduate high school or college or anything, you get an extensive amount of leis given to you. Do you find that the demand is going up for leis across the country as well, or is it very Hawaiian, or where do you see that going?
Well, when we do our events, majority of our weddings will ask for leis. And, for moms, for dads, grandparents, and the bride and groom always ask for leis as well. We do notice that when there's graduations, there's a lot of people that would like leis shipped up to the mainland. And that's done as well, even for birthdays or even for memorials, especially, when they want to honor someone that is from Hawaii and they want to give them a mailile or some type of lei that, symbolizes the love. Because when you get leis, it's really made by hands. And it's that much love that goes into something that is strung together that you're wearing. That's why I think us in Hawaii, we appreciate them so much, because it is made by hand, it's made by love.
Yeah.
We were monitoring the chat also, and there were some folks saying that leis are available for them in Canada, ready available,
really?
In store, and the same for in the States. So I think there's ready-made leis available outside of, the requested leis that people can order from Hawaii.
That's good to hear.
And what are the most common flowers in leis?
I
know Pikake is very, very...
Pikake is seasonal. So when it gets closer to, like now, Pikake, because it's raining, a lot of the flowers drop.
Yeah.
And so, but now I think majority of the time is orchids, ginger, tuberose. Those are the most popular, even rosebuds.
Orchids the most,
Orchids,
for sure.
there's so many versatile ways of using one single orchid and making it into a lei. If you ever watched the Design for Excellence program with me and he told me, I had actually showed so many different ways of making a lei using one orchid. And it's so versatile, and they last longer. Depending on the different parts of the orchid, the softer petals will not last as long as the hardier parts, like the bones and all that of the orchid. But
well, it also has to do with flower price and availability.
Right.
The fact that orchids you can get a lot for cheap, and they're available all the time because they can be produced year round, versus something like Pakalana or Pikake and even crown flower that's a little bit more seasonal or sparsely flowering, whereas you can just pump out orchids. No problem.
Hitomi, anything to add on that topic?
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why people need to come to Hawaii to get married, so that you can have all these wonderful things. Like, forget about shipping. That just get to Hawaii for their destination weddings, because you can have it all, right?
Exactly. Why not?
Just
come to Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, I know that some of the leis, like those, the jade, those are not, you can't ship outside of the island. So when people say, so where can we get that? It's like, you need to go to Hawaii to get that. So those are the lure. Those are the lure of the intrigue of Hawaii. It's such a treasure isle. There's so much excitement to actually going there and seeing what's possible there that you're not able to access from anywhere else. So this is a little plug for Tourism Hawaii.
Yeah, I love the blue jade vine. When they use that in a lei, and that's something you can't ship to the mainland.
No.
And also
It
once
won't
you
last?
I don't know about that.
No,
but when I went to Maui, there's actually it's like a reddish, fiery orange color jade. I mean, it took my breath away.
They've got a red version of the blue
jade. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you see that in the lei as well, oh my gosh. I mean, if you love the jade, the blue, which is like a turquoise, greeny blue, I mean, and you see this other jade, that was like stunning.
And it's a vine as well?
Yeah, it came like all in a one type of one stem, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the genus is Strongylodon.
Strongylodon.
Yeah, for the
Learn
blue jay
something
vine.
new every day.
That is an amazing one that you can only see out here. I remember the first time I saw it, it looks fake. I mean, it really does. The color, I've only seen the blue, but how many things in nature are blue? You know,
Not many.
Naturally. But I've got a lay one time with that, and it blew my mind. I thought
Blew-
somebody
blew
had
your
colored the jade for me.
Right.
But so every time we've done these events, both times, I remember helping you last year. It was also a huge string of lays, basically.
Yes.
Is that your forte? Is that what you like to work with the most, or?
We get a lot of requests doing installations on trees, and I always try to come up with something different. I never try to do anything same twice, but you know, sometimes some clients say that, oh, they really like that, but we'll change things up. Maybe we'll change the way that it's swagged, or the direction that it's swagged, or how many strands, or maybe we'll go from one point to the other. I mean, it really depends on the tree as well. And every time we go on a property, trees grow, so it's always got to be something different. I mean, you
It's
know,
like making a giant lei for a tree.
Yes,
In
yeah.
some of them.
And we've
Last year was more like that. This one,
yes,
than
yeah.
this
So we
year.
actually did on that estate, the Kalaialoha estate, we actually created like a garland on the tree where I wanted it to sort of be where the lei was, we were giving love to the tree. And so we made this one type of lei that had like Phalaenopsis and tropical, the areca, and all kinds of, it was more really tropical nouveau, and the colors were very bright, you know, the yellows and the whites. And I think I posted it on my Instagram, but if not, I will, so you can take a look at it.
If I may be permitted to say so, I think Sue's signature is some of these. I mean, she comes up with the most inventive ideas. It's so inspiring, and it's so exciting for people around the world to see what Sue comes up with decorating these big trees. I mean, it's fantastic. It's a real work of art. Great job, Sue.
So actually, in a
You
couple
always
weeks,
do.
we're working on another tree. So I'll be posting that
yay.
soon as well.
can't wait
So
to see
we'll
it.
see what we do.
Yeah. So we got some information about the jade vine, actually, that it cannot be exported, is what they're telling us, along with Mauna Loa vine, rosebud, or rose flowers right now from Hawaii. Yeah.
That's why I have to come to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And get married.
Exactly.
How about you, Kathleen? Would you, when you had your shop up and running full steam, were you making a lot of leis as well back then?
You know, back then we would just make the most basic ones, which would be the simple orchids, because that was usually the fastest to sew. And everything else we actually purchased from lay vendors, because we didn't have the time actually to just string lays. We were, you know, just more busy just trying to sell cut flowers and just finishing our deliveries.
Yeah, so one of those leis made out of the orchid.
We were at the outskirts of one.
Yeah, the Christina lei actually takes over 800 petals. And so you have to take apart some of the petals and sew it. So you're figuring that, and then putting it together, you're looking at least an hour and a half, or 2 hours of work time of making one lei. So it's very special.
Seeing them do that work in the lei shops, it just gives you a whole new appreciation.
Exactly.
They charge too little for those leis.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's true.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree.
So I just want to mention that didn't Kathleen and Judy actually create a lot of those leis for you? They strung out all those.
Yes, they did.
I still have the scars.
Yeah.
So I did a fast tutorial for them because, you know, Eric helped, Judy helped, Russell helped. We're all there, and so they didn't know how to sew lace, so we were showing them how to do it because, you know, but it was great. I mean, it didn't look great. It was beautiful.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
How hard was it,
was
Russell?
fun.
I already knew. I just pretended like I didn't to make you feel good. No, we were doing the orchids, and it was pretty. After you explained it to me, it was pretty simple. I didn't break that many. It was fast. As long as you've got a table and some friends, it was really fun.
It's a good time to talk story, and that's what we are about in Hawaii. You know, we talk, we sit down at the table and we have a good time. We have some poo-poos and some drinks, and we have some flowers in front of us, and we just make leis.
But some of what they were doing at the lei shops, I know I couldn't do without experience and practice because it was just too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of practice.
It almost seems second nature. Like they didn't, the folks weren't even having to pay attention to what they were doing.
Yeah, at that point,
the lei was being produced right in front of it. That was amazing.
For sure.
So when I go to Oahu next week, where was all that filmed? Was that were you in a certain, is there a floral district of Oahu, or?
We call it the lei street, or it's Mauna Kea, where all the lei stands are. So they have, you know, the dim sum. They have really good duck next door as well. I mean, ask me about the food. I think I don't know why, but they have all the lei stands there from Beretania down when you turn down to Mauna Kea, and there's a cross street, Pauahi, and then the next is King Street. So
so west side of Honolulu.
It's more of our Chinatown.
Chinatown, it's in Chinatown.
It's our downtown Chinatown.
Have you been down there, Hitomi, ever?
Oh yes, I relish visiting all those lei shops. It is fantastic. And it's nice that it's all concentrated so you can go from one to the other and watch them make these beautiful things. I think it's really a huge attraction there in Honolulu.
Yeah, because they got some of the best restaurants too over there.
Again, we're talking about food.
And hang out with Sue. Sue's she's the best guide when it comes to food.
It's such a specific to Hawaiian.
I agree.
And we'll go see Kathleen as well. Do you know any of the history of where the lei came from, or?
Well, I think Kathleen can answer that because I think she's done some.
Do you know the history of the lei a bit, Kathleen? At all, a quick synopsis of where it comes, because it's such a important part to the Hawaiian culture and being part of Hawaii. I was wondering.
Right. The original leis were not made with flowers. They were usually made with different types of greens and were woven in weaving style for headbands, for dancers, and for ceremonial use. And over the years, it slowly evolved to more florals, to a point where maybe back in the 1920s, I say 1910s, 1920s, when the big Matson ships started coming into town in the harbors, and therefore they started bringing people with more leis. Just as, you know, the lei beaters, the ones that would sit outside in the harbor, right there in the harbor tent in the middle of downtown, they'd greet the leis and with leis, and they'd be lace stringers right down there. All these Hawaiian ladies are actually stringing leis and then selling them really cheap, or tossing them in the ocean.
Yeah, like you could see some of the leis
That's how Chinatown's started.
Yeah.
And you can see
some of the leis that the Kumu had, Moses Crab, yesterday, on Friday and yesterday, the beautiful leis with some of the more native traditional plants that are just absolutely gorgeous. That I don't know if they produce any of those for shipping. Maybe some of you designers will produce those for export, but I think in general they're only used locally because of how long the flowers can last.
Right. Right. Fragrance flowers are hard to ship.
Isn't there a competition, lei competition there in Honolulu?
There is.
Real creative combinations.
Yeah, there is on May Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, I love that.
If you want to see some extraordinary lepo'os, and leis,
they're incredible.
Go. Yeah. They didn't do it last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that with Hawaii opening up that they'll have it again. So
and you see a lot of really nice floral arrangements with Mary Monarch also. You know, so if you can tune into Mary Monarch, even if you're outside of Hawaii, they've got a lot of good floral design in there. Yeah.
I think
Tell us a little bit there, Russell, about Mary Monarch. What exactly is it for those people who don't know?
I guess in simple terms, it's a hula competition. Yeah.
Awesome.
And did I describe it well?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Where is it?
in Hilo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
yeah, it's a
But it's
really-
also a huge floral part to the whole hula competition as well, correct? I mean,
Yeah, there's way more than it just, that's kind of boiling it down to something too simple because there's all kinds of other cultural aspects to it, and I don't think I'm the proper person to describe it.
We could bring Eric up. For
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
But it's more than a hula competition, and it's more than a floral display. It's coming together as, you know, as for a cultural event, but in gist, it's hula.
I find it interesting that we have this discussion about leis, but because when you look at the economics, let's talk about it for a second, of all of agriculture, and when they actually print the reports coming out of Hawaii, you know, coffee will have its own category, or interior plants or potted plants. Leis literally have their own category as an economic part of agriculture out here that, well, it always blew my mind. It's, you know, it's comparable to coffee and to all the other products that we make. So this is not only a cultural thing, but an economic thing as well. You know, a thing, I shouldn't say that, but a product that drives a lot of industry, just this one part of our Hawaiian culture that they have out here, which I find amazing because of the back end too, the pakake growers and all the other growers, because you have to grow a lot of flowers for these leis, correct? So where are the main growers for these guys coming from?
Well, if you wanted pikake, I think it's the only place that I know of is Waianae, Kamaki. There's some areas where I live that there's some pikake growers. I think it's more of the drier.
It's leeward,
side.
dry side.
Yeah.
The flowers are really susceptible to fungal pathogens. They also get really bad insect pests like thrips, and so they try to grow them in drier regions for that reason. When I work with pikake growers, I can't think of any that are necessarily in wet regions,
Right.
but that might not necessarily tell you that they can't be grown there.
And
I just think traditionally people have grown them in
what
the
does the
leeward.
plant look like? What is it? A tree? Is it?
It's a shrub.
It's a
yeah,
shrub.
Just a
yeah.
shrub with that beautiful flower.
Yeah, yeah. So it grows like somewhat viney sometimes, but they keep it as a shrub real low because they want to be able to pick it really easily, and not really viney actually, like halfway between, because sometimes they can get tendrils. Not tendrils, but like long shoots. And it tends to be kept at like 3 feet, 4 feet for the production that I've seen. And the flower is really small. They'll sometimes.
And it smells good?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because
It's like a jasmine.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Around your neck too, which is the greatest part of it, I think. You know,
Yes.
wearing jasmine around your neck.
Yeah.
So, so I guess I can't grow that one in Curtistown then.
You can
probably
try it. I mean,
dry.
there's people in Hamakua that are growing it, so I know that it takes, but they have to do certain production tactics to make sure that they
Maybe
don't get.
Pakalana.
Pakalana is definitely grown over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pakalana is
another
a
one.
good one. Yeah.
Can that be shipped to Hitomi? Do you use any of those, Hitomi?
I'm game. If you grow it, I'll use it.
All right. Well, Kathleen, we're going to come over there next week to come say hi. So
Please do.
hopefully we can have a tour.
I look forward.
Anything else from you, Hitomi, for
Okay.
the beautiful Oahu folk?
Oh, I think they did such a fantastic job on all parts, and we got to see the excellent artistry of Sue and all the help that she had gotten. And you know what I really appreciated about it is seeing all the back end stuff, what goes on, all the helpers, all the little details, getting permission from the estate, all of that. And so thank you so much for giving us a whole insight, especially for those people out there that's watching, who's into event work or starting to get interested in it, for them to know what it takes to be that person like you are, Sue. So
Yeah,
thank you so much for all you did.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and it takes so much. I mean, it's not just one day you come up with the vision and you just do it. I mean, there's so many moving parts to it. I mean, we have the help from HFNA. Eric, Judy, Russell, they all came down to help. And then I had my 2 assistants. I had Dale, Akoba. I hope you're watching. Thank you. And my son, Jordan. I mean, you know, without them, they are the strong guys that will come up with me to the ladder. They don't actually let me up the ladder because they think I'm going to fall, and I probably will fall. But I went up on the ladder anyways because sometimes I want to. But yeah, I mean, with all the help that that went into it, especially the venue, Val at Kalailoa and Jeff at Aloha Artisans, thank you so much. I mean, without it, none of that could be put together. It's a team effort.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much from everybody from Oahu. That was absolutely amazing. And we're going to say aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.